everyone, my name is Charlotte. Welcome to Sharing with Charlotte. In today's video, as you can probably tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about before I was diagnosed with herpes at the age of 17. This was 10 plus years ago. I would love it if you could give this video a thumbs up. That will help my content rise to the top. Please subscribe to my channel to support my free content. I also want to talk about my new ebook that I have created to help educate and empower those that have been diagnosed with HSV. It's called Enlightened and Empowered: Everything I Wish I Knew About HSV. I created this ebook to be a resource for you watching today. It is an amazing resource you can keep coming back to. It's full of knowledge, empowerment, and education. I've also included self-compassion exercises because it's not your fault that you got herpes. You are a human and you're susceptible to viruses. Herpes happens to humans. I also want to just openly talk about herpes and be a face to herpes and encourage you, if you're watching, to consider sharing your story one day. Together we can end the stigma for all, because let's get real here, herpes isn't going anywhere, sex isn't going anywhere. We might as well normalize it now together, right? Right. Let's get into today's video. I want to give a little backstory about where I was in my life prior to being diagnosed with HSV-1 gently, about my relationships leading up to the relationship I was in when I was diagnosed. I believe that we are each a soul having human experience, and that things in our lives don't happen to us, they happen for us, and that everything happens for our greater evolution. Herpes came into my life. It has really been the driving force to get me to where I am today, and I hope that by sharing my perspectives and my story that you can feel empowered by your diagnosis. I was in first semester of grade 12 when I was diagnosed with genital HSV-1. I was in a relationship at the time with an ex-partner. I want to talk about how I got to that place. Growing up, my father was in and out of my life. He struggled with his own battles. He wasn't always around. The father is supposed to show the daughter how they should be treated, and I just didn't have that. Moving on, when I saw someone that I liked, I was like tunnel vision, and I just wanted them. I wanted them to choose me. And once I got to high school, I was in grade 9 and I was talking to a guy that was 2 years older than me. We hung out, we were never sexually active. He ended up leaving me for a girl who would sleep with him. That was really upsetting. And in grade 10, it happened again. My very first sexual experience happened when I was drunk, like vomiting drunk, and the guy I was seeing at the time, he took advantage of me. Then after that, he left me for a girl. Fast forward to grade 11, my first boyfriend, we dated for 3 months. Then he went to a party without me one night and made out with a girl. That was devastating. I was so upset and angry. I was really angry. Fast forward to the end of grade 11, I started dating the partner who passed HSV-1 onto me. We didn't sleep together for a month. The night that I decided that I would lose my virginity to him, I caught him texting another girl. And in my 17-year-old logic, I thought that if I slept with him, he wouldn't leave me. Because in the past, I hadn't slept with these other guys and they had left me. So I thought, okay, well, if I sleep with him, he'll stay with me. And again, I really just wanted to be chosen. That summer, red flags were shown to me, to say the least. But again, I just really wanted my Cinderella story. I really wanted that forever high school sweetheart. And I was really attached to these narratives. First semester of grade 12 in November, I slept over at his house. His parents were away. We had unprotected oral sex. This was not the first time we had done that. I remember that night because he had it looked like a pimple, like a very small red dot on his lip, but it didn't look like a cold sore that you would see on TV. We had never talked about STIs. We had never had an open sexual health conversation. I just wanted to bring this up because it's really important that we start to normalize sexual health conversations, normalize talking about STIs, herpes, and all of those things, because humans aren't going to stop having sex. For those people who know that you have cold sores, you do have oral herpes, you have HSV-1 orally, and you just need to let the people you're hooking up with know. And again, it's not to put shame onto you, it's just to open up this dialogue and be responsible. Just because you have genital herpes or oral herpes or anything else, not even STIs, it can be an array of different things. Everyone has something about them that they're scared to share, and that they fear sharing because they could be rejected. I think we just have to also normalize the fact that as humans, we all have things that we're scared to share, and sharing can be a very bonding experience, and it doesn't have to be a bad thing. And if somebody doesn't want to be with you because of something that you can't help, then that person's just not the one for you. And it doesn't have to do with you as a soul. I want to share with you this part from my ebook about how HSV1 gently is on the rise, and it's because of people having unprotected oral sex with people that have HSV1 orally. So these statistics are straight from my ebook. Herpes simplex virus, HSV1, more commonly known as oral herpes or cold sores, affects every 2 out of 3 people under the age of 50. That's a staggering 3.7 billion people with a currently incurable virus. Genital herpes, caused by herpes simplex 1, is transmitted from the mouth to the genitals and is on the rise. Some recent research indicates that 30 to 50% of new genital herpes infections are caused by cold sores, are caused by HSV1 orally. And something I would like everyone to know is that you can get genital herpes by having oral sex with someone who gets cold sores, who has oral herpes. This is one reason it's so important that the herpes virus become normalized, because herpes isn't going anywhere and it's been around for millions of years, even before humans existed. Humans are susceptible to viruses, and it's not your fault that you got herpes, because herpes happens to humans. Herpes doesn't have to be a big deal. The herpes jokes need to stop. It's time that we reset the stigma together. If there's something in you that feels like you want to share your story, whether it's about herpes or something else you would like to help others, I encourage you to follow that. You feel that in you. I feel like that's part of your purpose and why you're here. And I would love to work with you on that. So if you'd like more information about working with me one-to-one, about going from shame to sharing, or any of the stages in between, then I invite you to visit my website down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. It would mean the world to me if you would like this video now so my content can rise to the top. It would mean the world to me if you would subscribe. I have so many videos coming your way, so make sure you subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when they're released. Thank you so much for watching.